everyone, and welcome to this new live stream. So I can see that Pee-wee played with my webcam again. So hi Mia, and hi Elena, and hi Jessica, thank you for the raid. Hello gorgeous, thank you, you're the gorgeous one. Hi Angel Maddie, and hi Sana, and hi Falem Serasim too. Nice hair. Yeah, well, for once I haven't been training today, so I have clean hair for once. How are you guys? Hi everyone. Yes, you can see Falem Serasim that I have new emotes. It's actually a bit frustrating because I've had more emotes. I have like 2 other animated one that I ordered, but they haven't been approved yet, so I only have that one that got approved. I thought that after that one would be approved, the 2 other one would be approved also as well. And one is super cute because it's Pee-wee bouncing, you know, happily bouncing. So it's my favorite. But we won't be able to use it today, unfortunately. How is everyone? I've never seen CCB, may I'm excited. Yay! Wow, we are going to make some crazy stuff today. She's so tired. You nice. Actually, today I made something for you. There you go. So, wow, it doesn't work really well because I banned URL, so I need to do this because it's not compatible. That's weird. It should be like I'm allowed to, but not others. Anyway, so I really recommend Tsl channels because she's amazing. She's really positive, always in a good mood, and she makes awesome builds. And she uses CC, which is quite rare, with like all the streams about the Sims 4 that we got. Thank you, yay! So yeah, I recommend her channel, which is one of my favorites. It's in my top 5 actually, depending on which hours I'm watching. Usually in the evening it's her, because in my evening, I think it's your morning, Jess. So yeah, she is amazing. I've been working like crazy on my latest set. It's been really hard because I added a lot of functional edible food. So for a very long time I wanted to make some, and I tried several times over the past years and couldn't make it. Like, it didn't work. I tried following some tutorial that was not really clear, so I failed twice. And then Ravashin said like, how about you use my mod and I show you how. So the first cake I made, she made it compatible with one of her mods, and because then I wanted to create even more, and I made my wedding cake. She was like, okay, let me make you your own mod, so you'll be able to update it whenever you want. So she made me like the Syboulette mod. Yulin is very excited to see what Syboulette is making today. Yay! And thanks to her, I am now able to like do my own food and update it. So it's not like any other food that are made, meaning that usually food you can like bake it. Mine, you click on my Syboulette item, it's like compatible with many items, and it basically summons it directly in the inventory. So as you can guess, I just finished launching the game. So before showing you, I want to keep the surprise about what's inside. So there you go. So this is my bakery that I released last week. So this was like the outside of the set. So with all the wall panels and the windows and everything, so yeah, so you could make the front of the store. And now I'm working on the inside. You will love to see it's so easy to get amazing looking food. Yay! I thought I had lunch again. Sorry. So basically what I made is a lot of furniture for inside, but also a lot of food. And that's what took me the longest time, because one food is like maybe 2 to 3 hours to make. And then I have to make the variation because I also want it to be available as decor. And I also made servings, like I made like baskets of pastries. So the Sims can either buy like one croissant or one like basket with like many croissants in it. And at the end, right now, I'm at 50 items. So that's quite a lot. And I'm can't wait to finish it because I have so many ideas for after that one that I've been like queuing. So this item is that we're making tonight, the basket shelf, well, the shelf of the bakery is like one of my latest. So let me show you the inside right now. Ta-da! So what do we have for now? We have counters, but I also added, so this is like regular counters. It's not counter island because I don't know, if you want counter island you can use any other one. This one is modular, like any counter, but I have added these pieces. So if you want to make like a huge diagonal one, you can. So basically, this is like a regular counters where you can use them like this, for example, like usual regular one. In here, and you have the end like this, but then you can also add like this, so it gives like a better opening in the shop. So I have also this cash register, which is functional with get to work. So you can, you know, place it any other side, but you can also place this here if you want. So this has a lot of colors, and I hand painted it, so it has very pretty detail on it. Very pretty. And then we have this display. So the big one are refrigerated with you know, like the get to work function. Hi Justine. But they are base game, meaning that even if you don't have get to work, you can still place them and place stuff in it. But if you want it to be actually functional, meaning that the things that you will be put in it will stay refrigerated, then you will need get to work. Then I have some shelves, and those are the shelves that I showed on my Twitter. They have rotated slots, and that's what we are going to do today. Meaning that if, for example, I'm taking this baguette, which is, you know, like a regular baguette, this is the decor version, but I put it in here, it will go rotated already. So then you can simulate the fact that it's like lying against the wall. So, and then we have this tray, and also I haven't added yet, but I have some cake box like this that you can also stack. Those two items, meaning the tray and the box, is actually compatible with my Syboulette. So this is where you are going to be able to order the food. So I added a new category. So that's what I had before. So here you have my sushi from Catherine's set. And here you have all my cakes. And now there's a new section called bakery. And here you have so many foods that you can buy and eat. So basically what you have is a baguette, a brioche. This is pain de mie, which is like white bread, and there is like a round bread. This is oat bread, and this is some muffins tray, and you have some palmier tray. This is a chausson aux pommes, which is like a apple stuffed. That pay you for this amazing creation. Sims doesn't, you do. People do. People who subscribe to my Patreon do. So you have croissant and a croissant basket and chausson. This is pain au lait and pain au chocolat. So I told you about the stories about pain au chocolat having so many battle about how we are supposed to call them. Like in my city, we're supposed to call them chocolatine, and in the north of France, especially in Paris, we say pain au chocolat. So there's a huge battle in France about how we should call them. It's like a friendly, jokingly, but not that jokingly battle. And here you have the chausson aux pommes tray, and then you have the palmier, muffins, and then again, basically all those. Can't wait to play this in game. I'm a pastry chef IRL. Oh, that's great. So what's amazing with my mod is that you don't have to spend the night cooking with your Sims and not sleeping. You can just like summon everything you want. So it's kind of an industrial process, because you can imagine that, you know, the cook is not actually in the shop. It's like probably like the kitchen is like probably somewhere else. So you can just buy them and the Sims will buy them. And then you open the inventory of this, open, and whatever you have ordered is here. So this you can place them in here. And this is not a shop, but I have tried it with like a retail store, and everything is functional. So you can like set for sales, and Sims will buy them and can eat them. So you can order from the boxes, or you can order from this. I also make some blackboard in here. So I thought, because my whole set was in French, I write everything in French, but you can also have it in Simlish if you'd rather play with. Well, here I made a mistake, so there you go, but it's supposed to have a Simlish swatches. And Pee-wee wants out. They are coming for the distribution factory. Yes, exactly. Hi, Lucas. So there you go, 50 items. And so we have also this shelf, and I also made shorter one, like this, if you want, you know, like if you want to use, because the problem with these, I kind of copied the wainscoting from the new kit, but the problem is that you can't really hang some painting or anything on the wall, because, you know, they are already hanging on the wall. So if you want to make some smaller stuff, it's pretty modular. And what else did I do? So yes, this one is also available in one, and basically it's not slotted on the counters, it's like hovering over, so that you won't have the problem of slotted item disappearing after you relaunch the game, which is usually what happens, is that when you have an item placed on the floor, and basically this, you have an item placed on the floor, and then you place an item on it, and then you place another item on it, and usually if you do some stuff, so it can happen in the build mode, you can see that item will disappear sometimes. I'm really good. Thank you. Look at how you just have. The blue color is beautiful. Can't wait for this. Yeah, so the counters, same as all the exterior that I made, has 14 colors. So there's the blue navy one. There's a wooden one. Hello, I was looking forward to your stream today. Thank you, Charlie Pancakes, and welcome in. So you have a dark wood like this with apparent fiber, or you have a brighter one, which should approximately match the Maxis Match swatches. You have a lighter gray with like a gray top. You have a light gray with white top. So the blue one, thank you for the follow, Jessa. And the dark one, black one, if you want to make something kind of traditional. You have a beige one, light blue, green, and pink, and gray, and white. And then you have some kind of, how would you say that? Kind of used, kind of shabby, or the white one. So many colors to whatever style you want. Same with these. And also a nice feature that Ravashin taught me is I rendered the glass being not pickable, meaning that you can actually select through it. Like with my previous display, I didn't do that. I didn't know it was possible, and it was actually pretty annoying because when you wanted to place something, you have to go like really like far if you want, and so you're not really seeing what you're doing. So with this, it's much easier to place. Are you doing a lot with this? I probably will. Maybe not right away, but yeah, probably will. Hi, Mr. Okan. Welcome. Hello. We might do it on Thursday, or maybe I can do it next Saturday. I don't know. Maybe I will add a special stream for that. How are you doing, Mr. Okan? Thank you so much for joining us. So there you go. So this is temporary because I wanted to see how it was doing from outside. But I'm not really satisfied. I think it's we don't really see what's in it. There. So, what are we going to do today? Let me show you my inspiration pictures. So I wanted to do like a standing shelf because right now we have a lot of things for like behind the counters and everything. But the rest of our shop is quite a blend. So right now our shop is too big. That's because I wanted a lot of spaces outside, and also I wanted some spaces, you know, to take pictures. So we can probably add some like coffee machine or something like that, and invert tables if people want to stay and eat. Even if, like in The Sims, the retail store don't actually need you to yeah. I need to add another one. And thank you, Mr. Okan, for the subscribe gift. That's very nice of you. And for Chili Pancakes. So I was thinking about adding some standing shelf that we could put either against the wall or even like create an alley or something like that, or maybe actually in front of the window, so we have something better. We still have our curtains that I made for the first set that I really like, that are still nice, kind of, I think. But I think it's also nice if we have like you know, some nice pastries from outside. So I have this in my inspiration, and the thing we are going to do today is this. Basically, I'm going to make, so this will be like one tile shelf like this with basket empty, and then we are going to put the rotated slots, sorry, not the slots, the slots. A great shed as usual. Sip, congratulations. Thank you so much, Mr. Okan. You're the kindest. So we are going to make some slots in here so we can add the bread, and here it will be probably normal slots, but in here there will be standing straight like the one that we made. So this is the part where I'm going to show you how to do it with Tsl Workshop. So before I learned that, I used to do it with Sims 4 Studio, which was a very, very complicated operation because we needed to calculate the quaternion coordinate. Quaternion is like a very specific way to have like rotated in 3D space coordinates, and then we had to like enter it manually, and then we had to copy paste the absolute transform and then save and reopen, and it was kind of very long process, and it was completely random because Sims 4 Studio was not recognizing it. So you kind of do this blindly, then you try in game, and then you need to go back in Sims 4 Studio to adjust, and on and on. So rotated slot was kind of a hassle. I used them a few times, but because they made so long to use, not that much. But that won't be necessary anymore because Tsl Workshop actually have a very easy tool to use. So some other part of the slotting mechanic is not very easy to use, but the actually rotation is better, much better than Sims 4 Studio. So basically what I recommend, hi, thank you for the follow, welcome in. Hi, you both. I need to change the color because I can't read it. Let me add something so I don't forget, because I made those alerts myself last week, and I know I'm seeing that the color is not readable. Basically what we are going to do is we are going to use Sims 4 Studio to create the item like how we often and always do. But at the very end of the process, we are going to re-import our item in Tsl Workshop, and that's where we are going to rotate the slot. So after we completely finish, because if we make the item in Tsl Workshop and then we reopen it in Sims 4 Studio, it will break all the slots. So the last step before going to game needs to be in Tsl Workshop. So, huge program today. So I'm not going to do exactly like this because as usual I'm going to stay as locally as possible. So the basket will look a little bit different, but this is the idea, the idea, yeah, of what we're going to do. And yeah, that was my first idea, but I don't think we can make this because all the different all the different pastries are like different size, so that's not something that I can do. The snacks are already a good excuse. I want some snack too. Right, so let me close the game and let's start. Hi Momodek, how are you? Long time no see. It was actually 20 minutes ago because we were watching the same stream before coming here. So I'm going to create first a new item. I don't need it to be specifically anything functional because it's just a shelf. So usually I'm going to create just like a custom package that I use all the time, which has only one mesh cut fung, which makes the process of adding load easier because I don't have like to create different version of the load and the shadow load. So I just need to, as usual, remember which one to use it. So because I never remember, I'm going to take that, or maybe I can actually take one from my boulangerie sets. How about that one? So I'm going to call it Boulangerie Standing Shelf Baskets, because maybe I will make a version without the baskets. We'll see. So right now, this is supposed to go on the wall, so that's not something that I want. So I will go in the object catalog and I will change the slot behavior to 0, so it's already 0. And here I will untoggle edge against wall and adjust height on wall because I want it to stand on the floor. And I will remove all the slots because that's something we are going to add later. And I need to add a description in here. So I have my file on my desktop where I always copy paste. And let's say this is that price. And you can see that I have only 2 loads and that only one fung. I don't have any drop shadows because I don't like using them. So that way, when I will be creating my my load, I can use the same file for both shadow and LOD, which like make me earn a little bit of time. Then I'm going to create a new file for my standing shelf. And we are going to open Blender. So here I'm gonna start by displaying this, which will show you which key I'm entering in case you want to know what I'm hitting on my keyboard. And then I'm going to simply create a new cube. I'm also going to add a background image with the reference I'm going to use. So usually I have a second screen on my left. I put my image in here. But for you guys to be able to follow what I'm doing, I'm going to put it in the background so you can understand what I'm doing, trying at least. So I will need to make it a bit smaller and move it like this. So by default, the cube is usually 2 tile. So GZ1 will make it on the floor, and because I wanted 1 tile, I'm going to so resize on X by 0.5. So I know this is 1 tile. If I want it to be modular, meaning that if I wanted like to, when it's like close to each other, it looks like it's one one piece of furniture, I guess. I'm going to like keep it strictly 0.5, so this is strictly one tile item. Yes, thank you. Sometimes I'm searching for my words. Same is in here. So basically that's a cube that will be one tile exactly. So here, let's say that for now, this is going to be the first one. If I want this to be exactly in the middle, well, no, let's not. Hi, Simsalabim, welcome. I need to, let me, let's like this. I need to put some, did you go to Colette for programming and all? Sorry for all the questions. I'm just genuinely fascinated by what you are able to do. No, I did not. I actually went to art school, art and graphic school, and then I was an art director for 13 years. And during the lockdown, I was bored. I was playing The Sims, I was downloading CC, and I couldn't find Navy counters, so I decided to learn. So that's something I learned myself. I had some small base on 3D because 2 years before I bought a 3D printer, so I decided to buy like courses to learn Blender. So basically I started from there. Hey, me too. You also graphic designer. That's cool. So you learn how to use all of this in 2 years. Yes. Well, with all the tutorials that you can find on YouTube. And I also bought some courses. And then, you know, every time I do something, I learn something new. So yeah. Your work is very inspirational. Thank you so much, Angel. I'm just wondering why I do not have any sound in here. Hi, Mixture. Sorry, my alert was too fast. I didn't saw your name, but thank you for the follow. I still don't have any sound coming from here, and I should have. Do you have any sound when my alerts are popping out? I'm still learning this new software. I did hear a sound. So you hear it, but I don't. Why I'm not hearing it? It's not fair. Yeah, it's like a whoosh. It's supposed to be a whoosh, exactly. It's also supposed to have a music. What doesn't have? What doesn't? Why? Okay, so that's something I'm going to test tomorrow, I guess. The music. Yeah, the music is mute on my side on purpose, so it doesn't echo with the microphone because I don't have any headphones. But I'm supposed to hear the alerts, and I don't. You don't have any music in the background? Oh. No, it's supposed to have some music. Do you have music in the background? Oh, maybe I haven't here. Now there is. Do you hear it now? Now it's here. Yay! I will actually have a new emote with dancing as soon as it's approved. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I used to use Streamlabs, but the lag was awful. So I switched to OBS, and this is like my second stream I'm using it. So I'm a bit lost with like all the settings. So I spent like 2 days setting everything, and everything works, but I'm still figuring out some stuff. And I thought the alert box, I was supposed to hear them, which is you know, better for me to say hi when you you know, come and go. But well, that's something I'm going to check next time. Thank you guys for all your input. Well, so here we have the base of this. So I'm going to consider that this is directly on the floor. Maybe there is some like nice, very thin, you know, like carpet stuff, so it doesn't scratch the floor. It will take a while to get used to the new one. Yeah. Once it's all set up, because I'm still adding some emotes, I'm still like trying to custom my overlay, and I'm also trying to do my alerts by myself by animating. So it's very basic for now, but I'm trying to do everything by myself. So yeah, it definitely takes time. Right, so now I'm going to do the vertical part in here. So because I'm lazy, usually instead of like recreating my cube from start, I usually take that one, Shift D, and then I can resize how I want and move it to the side. And here I want the standing shaft to be able to stand like under a short wall. Short wall is 3 tile in game. Medium is 4, and 5 is and tall is 5. So I will hit E to extrude, and I will put it until I reach maybe almost the top, but not really, because this is this thicker line that you can see here. It's the floor, but actually the floor of the next floor. So you always have to consider it that there will be like 1/10 of the tile that will be like the thickness of the ceiling. So if you want the furniture to actually touch the ceiling without going through, usually best to stop before. So there we go. And because we won't be able to see it, I'm going to delete that faces. And there's probably so there. And now that I'm seeing it, I also want it a bit thinner. So if I want to rescale it without changing the height, I'm going to S Shift Z, and then I can reduce just the thickness. There we go. Then let's see, we are going to create another one in here. Actually, it looks like it's in the middle, but actually it's not really in the middle. It's more somewhere like this. Before duplicating it, I'm going to mark my seams so I don't have to do it all over again. So I'm selecting my edges and mark seams like this, and then I'm going to select this and Shift D Y to duplicate on Y. In here. All right. Then we have the other part in here, and then we see. So I'm going to select those both. I'm making sure that my pivot point is on the center by hitting Shift C. And then I'm going to Shift D to duplicate. And here, with changing my pivot point to 3D cursor, I'm going to hit Ctrl M X, which will mirror it using the pivot point that I have chosen. And after mirroring, you always have to flip direction because it completely mirrors it, meaning that it mirrors the direction but also the normal orientation. All right, then we have these shelves. So this one is straight, this one is rotated, and I think we are going to add a straight one on top of it. So I'm going to use that one because, as usual, as I said, I'm lazy. And this one will be probably around here, and this one around here. Okay, let's do it again. This time I'm going to look how much you can see the little number changing. How much do I raise it up so I can redo it again, so it's approximately the same. So if I say 0.8, then I can do it again like this. And at the top I'm going to put that one in here, and actually, because we won't be able to see those, I'm going to delete them. Pieces. So here, to make sure that this is touching, I'm going to select and use the snap tool with the edge segment, and I'm going to hit G, Z, and selecting the edge where I want it to fit. And this one will actually go deeper like this. Okay, and this one we can see it's thinner, so I'm going to, with the pivot point on medium point, I'm going to make it thinner, and I'm also going to rescale it on X, so it actually looks like it's between the four vertical parts. So I can use my snap tool again, like this. And hi, the new pie elephant, why are you crying? I hope you're just trying the new emote and that you're not sad. So actually I'm going to remove that one and just reuse that one instead. Hi, I unlocked from the emote. Wow, yeah, have fun. I actually I'm so sad that all my emotes didn't got approved on time. Here we are going to rotate that one like this one. And we are going to use like a round number, so then it will be easier when we are going to rotate our slots for in our Tsl Workshop. So I'm probably going to use -15. That sounds pretty good, I think. And we can see that because it's rotated, it has okay, let me reopen the image so we can sometimes get some zoom in. It has like a small piece in front of it, so the basket don't actually like go down. So I'm going to create this by adding a ring. Like this, and selecting this and extrude like this. So we are going to add a little bit of detailing here because it seems that this is probably okay. First we are going to remove those edge loops, so we actually get like a diagonal in here, because the wood texture will be better, and it will also be easier to unwrap. And here we probably have a small bevel like this. All right. And I think that's it for the woods. I'm looking if we don't have any piece in between, maybe in here, but we don't have the same. So I guess that's it. I guess that's it. So now we're going to add the baskets. I'm thinking that maybe this is too deep. These are so cute. Yeah, and you have an angry peewee, and after you get approved, you will get an animated bouncing peewee. Right now, she's in front of the TV, because my boyfriend is there, so he's probably most interested in me. Nice, yes. So I'm going to, I think it's a bit too deep. I don't know, it's like they make it poking out, but I think it's supposed to be, I think, more square. And I don't know, I don't feel like it, so I'm going to first probably something in here. There. Yeah, looks more, I don't know, sometimes you just need to like follow your instinct about how the proportion should be. So this one is pretty easy. It's basically a square, and the texture we're going to make it in Substance Painter. So I'm going to do it straight, and then I'm going to rotate it so it's easier, because all the like transformation on Blender is usually much easier if you stay orthogonal. So I'm reducing it, then I'm going to go up, then I'm going to go down. Actually, if I use inset, it will be more proportional from each edge in here. Then we have some details, like it's probably something in here. With Alt E, extrude region vertex. And for a better view, I'm going to hide everything else, because you can see that by default, usually when you have a rectangle item, it's not completely like symmetrical. Even that one is not really symmetrical. Let's select all of them. Not that one, maybe. and so we have this detail. Basically this will be sharp. I'm going to add an edge split modifier because as a reminder, in Blender everything is smooth by default. So if I apply smooth now, it will stay as it's supposed to be. But this, I'm actually going to and now it's less smooth. Like this. Now it looks more round. Then probably the bottom should be also more round, and basically everything around. So let's do the bottom first. I'm just going to add a small bevel, and before I do the bevel, I will apply rotation and scale so that the bevel is actually proportional everywhere, like this. And I'm going to sharp the bottom so I don't have any weird shadows. And then I can see that I have here a difference of thickness between everything's around. So I'm going to fix that. Like this. And there is like a small edge poking a bit outside. So to do that, I'm going to add a ring in here and in here. And maybe I should just add 2 rings in here and make this one poking out and make this one poking in. So I need to sharp this like this, probably add another ring in here. And this is probably too strong. And here we have our border, which probably might be too thick right now. Better. That's better. All right. So a little bit more adjustment. Okay. I now need to bevel those which are way too sharp. And we have our baskets. I could even add one in here. Okay, I've never watched someone at my CC before. This is fascinating. Thank you and welcome, Lydia. And by the way, I'm sorry if there were some alert boxes with like any following and stuff, because I don't have the sound, which is very, very, very frustrating. So and if I'm not watching my screen, then I don't know. I also haven't even have like the bot. So this is also something thank you, Lydia, for the follow. This is also something I need to fix. That I'm supposed to have a bot saying like someone follow. Not everything's working, and that's some stuff that I can't really test outside of stream actually. Hi Rash, thank you for the follow. I can't really test that outside. I think I should actually. I think I need to watch more tutorial. Anyway, so here is our basket. I'm still at 500 polygons. You can see in here, it's the trees that matters. And as a reminder, usually a low poly item supposed to be like around 2K. If you submit it to TSR, actually, they're asking 1008 for new submitter. So if you're interested into like posting on TSR, you have to be careful of that. If you remember, we hi, good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Hi, Perry, welcome. And hi, Maxis World, welcome for you both. And thank you for joining us on this CC Creation Journey. We are making a shelf for my bakery. So if you remember, when we moved this, we rotated by -15. So we are going to do that again. And that's why I said that sometimes it's better to rotate like with a round number, so it's easier. So I'm just going to place it in here easily. So we have our first basket. We are going to make the second one, which is an open one where we are going to put the bread. Oops, that's not what I wanted to open. This, okay. So here we are going to start with the cube as well. That one. And same, actually, save, thank you. I don't have any save. My bot is like censoring itself. Okay, that's also, I'm taking notes. So I need to check the alert, I need to check the URL, and I need to check the bots. It's like making me advertising but censoring itself with my own links, which this is definitely not what I was hoping for. Standing shelves. There we go. Thank you so much for the reminder, Mr. Orkham. So actually I see that the bottom is almost the same. It's kind of the same outside, the same front, bottom in here. So we are going to take this one. We are going to rotate on 5 to put it back on top. And we are going to use this as a base. So we are going to remove, or at least change the proportion of, so we go in wireframe. So this is a bit higher. I just had a look at you emos there, so cute, thank you, Shade Pancakes. There will be more, there will be more. I don't know if I do, I probably can show them to you. Where did I put them? I think it's my emotes. So I have this one. So this one is still need to be approved, and then there will be that one. It's supposed to be dancing. Like Streamlit doesn't have permission to post links. You have to mod them. Can I make you my modder, Momadek? You here all the time and you already know how to use everything. Can I make you my modder? Do you have a cat in real life too? I do. It's Peewee, and she's watching TV right now with my boyfriend. But she sometimes come and say hi. She's She's a bit of a star. She's like really come and go when she wants. If you would like, I would love to. I would love to. I don't know if I can do it right now. Or if I think I probably need to do it out live stream. Yeah, I will do it for next time. So then you can probably help me with like simple things like that. Thank you, Membadek. I really appreciate it. That will probably help me a lot. So I have this and the one that was approved, and I don't know why this one only was approved or that one. That's cats for you, coming and going and doing whatever they want. Mine is just about sitting on my head right now, on your head, like a hat. Mine is like a huge part in my setting. So I have like a divider screen on like behind my back, because my boyfriend wants to be able to watch TV. So I don't want like anything to be like traveling in the but. I also need to be careful because here I have the window and my cat is like wants to go out, wants to go in, wants to go out all the time, like, you know, any cat. So every time I like set up my divider, I have to make sure that I have like tiny space so I can actually open the window, because usually during the stream she goes out maybe like 5 or 6 times. So she's she's a cat. You can do this in chat. Did it work? Say something, Membadek. Did it work? Yay, it worked! I love cats, but I'm allergic. Oh yeah, that's so bad when this happened, but yeah, I get it. Although there is some cats that are supposed to be less allergic to people, but I would be so frustrated if I was. So there we go. So we have kind of the same base. I actually want to lower this part as well, but not that part, but this part, because we can see here that this one is like a bit above, but this one is like almost like at the same ground that the bottom. I'm actually allergic to cats too, but I take allergy meds. That's nice. If it's not too strong and it doesn't like destroy your, because some people it makes them sleepy, some people it has like some annoying side effects. So if you don't have any side effect, then that's good. I also had a friend that was taking meds and had like a super cute and fat cat, but then she got pregnant, and then the meds are not compatible with pregnancy, so she had to give the cat away. She was so sad. Hi Rustic Gamer, welcome in. I'm allergic to some cats, but now I'm living with one for a while and she doesn't make my eyes burn, luckily. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I read that it's actually not the hair, but like the saliva. So maybe your cat got like something special. Maybe it's what he eats, or maybe you got used to it. Could be. I got a poodle because it's one of the few breeds I'm not super allergic to. Oh yeah, actually there is like one breed of cat that have kind of the same hair that the poodle, like very curly hair, and usually people are not allergic to them either. My beefy who used to do my hair has 2 cats. I had to take some allergy med every time. Oh yeah, usually I have blankets on all my furnitures, so when I have friends coming over that are allergic to cats, then I can move all the blankets so there is like no hair remaining in anyway. I had a cat, had to let my friend have him because my husband looked like Will Smith in the movie Hitch when he had an allergic reaction to shellfish. No joke, he swears up. Oh no, that's bad. What am I doing? I'm doing a shell for my bakery, and I'm going to show you how to rotate stuff. So I don't know if you saw my video on Twitter. Basically, we will be able to put the bread standing up like this thanks to rotated slots. And yeah, that's it. So there we go. So we have basket in here, and now we are going to add some more in here, and we have some more cylinders in here. So I probably won't add as many as in these pictures because, you know, poly count, but these are going to be so cute. Yes. So here I'm going to add a cylinder. 6 will be enough. Going on top view. Like this. And probably going around this. Today I finally trying tattoo sour, the wedding store pack. I keep noticing those already. Yeah, it's still very buggy. I was actually expecting an update today, but I think it didn't come. So as before, because we won't see this face, because it's inside my mesh, I'm just going to remove it so I can save some polygons. Go. Okay, here I'm going to place my pivot point in here, and while having my pivot point to 3D cursor, I'm going to extrude, rotate 30, extrude, rotate 30, extrude, rotate 30, and there we go. We have a curve, easy peasy. Now I'm going to do the same, but so I'm going to keep only my baskets and hide everything else. So I'm going to select this, go on top view, put my 3D cursor and extrude, rotate 30, rotate 30, rotate 30. I'm so confused as to what you are doing, but I still enjoy watching. I had not seen these new emoticons. They're super cute, thank you. They are new. We are doing this basket in here. Mama duck. I've learned another thing. That's great. What is it? What did you learn? Are you also going to make the wicker texture on the basket? I will. I'm sorry, my accent is worse than ever today. Yep. So here I put my extrude Z and rotate. Yes. I used to struggle so much because I used to use Bevel for this, but I'm going to show you why I don't anymore. So let's say let's say I have this. Okay, so I used to do this and then like joining them and then adding some rings and trying to, you know, do some bevel, but it wasn't really, you can see that it's not perfect. See, between this and this, it's not, yeah, so it's, yeah, it's not perfect, it's bad. So I found this and it's much better. Yes, I'm going to do in Substance Painter. So I'm selecting this. I have my 3D cursor on the 0 with Shift C, and then I'm going to hit Shift D to duplicate and Control L X to mirror it on X. Then flip direction, because every time you rotate, it flips your normal. And now I'm going to select both and remove doubles, so this will get attached. So I can remove the middle one now. Or did I? Yes. I make a line out of vertex and then use the curve tool, but I think your method looks very handy. Yeah, if you have just a small curve, like if you have something more complicated than using the curve or using like the, I don't know, some then it could be nice. But every time I have like an elbow like this, I use this technique. It's much easier, and also I can like completely control the polygon. It's faster. So I have this. Then I'm going to select this, Shift D, and I'm going to create this part. Actually, I could even select both sides. Here I'm taking those as well. I'm going to toggle my snap tool, Shift D, Z, so now I know it's the right height. And G, Y, and there we go. And now I can select them all. And remove doubles. And voila. Ta-da. There we go. Alt-H to put back everything back. And actually keeping only this. I do sometimes as well, but you end up with so much polygon, which then you have to reduce again. Using a cylinder from the start is much faster. I think, yes, exactly, I agree completely. here I can probably remove those, I don't need them. Edge loop. Hi Bostony. Hydrate, thank you. I was almost dying, thank you. So here I'm just thickening it a little. And save. Thank you, Mia. All right. I'm going to close this. Okay. And this will probably go until no, I'm going to keep it that way. So I'm going to select only the top of it and go make it touch above it, but I'm not a big fan of this. I'm thinking how I'm going to do that. So I might, or do I have a shadow here? So I might actually, I sometimes struggle with hydration, but today was so easy to reach my goal. So proud of myself today. That's very good. Hydration is very important. I also have some difficulty some days. Like some days I drink more than I need, and some days I don't know. I just don't think about it, and I should. Okay, so what I decided is I will actually remove those. I will also remove whatever is from the top faces. And I will make it thinner, so it will go not thicker but thinner than the road that I have. So to do that, I'm going to select everything, but I'm going to keep only those lines. So actually I'm going to select those and then remove those lines. And then by choosing individual origin, when I will rescale, it will make it thicker. But then, because I don't have this selected, it won't work. So I need this in order to make it work. Perfect. So now I can erase those. And bring back everything else. No, not you. You and you. Ah, that's why. So here you can see that I have two of it. I need to erase that one. That's why this was sharp. There we go. Here, and now we only have these things poking out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. I'm going to make it go to half of it, and then E to extrude. Oh no, maybe I don't even have to extrude. I'm just going to stop it in here. That will be enough. Okay. I probably need to add a ring in here, so I can make it appear rounder. And then I'm going to add a ring in here, but that will be only for texturing purpose. So after I've done my texture, I can go back and remove it. If I'm in need of polygon. Actually, if I don't, then I can keep it. All right. So because I have polygon left, because I'm aiming to K, I'm able to add a little bit of detail. So I'm going to add some more like this first. Probably thinner. On the other side too. Flip direction and on the back too. Here I'm probably going to move this a little bit. So it's aligned with this. I should select those as well. I'm going to make a quick pause to kiss my boyfriend goodnight. In the meantime, I have set all my channel to have some kitty rescue cam, so you can watch the kitten and I'll be back in 2 minutes. So I'm so sorry I'm already back, but I want some kitten too, so I'm just going to wait for just 1 more minute to watch them play because they are so cute. Yeah, that's the kitties too. I also love how their attention span is like so quickly disturbed by anything else, like they're playing with something and suddenly they change their mind. It's like this one is playing with the bag and suddenly it's like, oh, I forgot to lick this, and then oh, the bag, yes, I remember now. My boyfriend is making fun of me, saying that if I like let this video and then I go back, there will be like 100 viewers suddenly because they're all here for the kittens and no one cares about the things. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't put any sign about this channel being very violent. So I have to warn you if you just arrived. This is very hard and mature subject. It's like kittens fighting. If you watch the Oscars, you might got used to it, but yeah, this is impressive fight skill. Oh my god, they are so cute. I so want a new one, but my boyfriend says one is enough. Anyway, it's cute and all, but we have work to do. So we were placing some more roads. Okay, we still have some polygon left, but I think it's fine because they have like 2, but maybe 1 is enough. We'll see. Let's try. Let's try and see how it looks if I actually put this here. Maybe put a second one in here. It's not bad. Not bad. All right. So now we are going to unwrap this. So So I'm going to bring back everything. Some stuff are already unwrapped, some are not. So this is very easy. Basically, well, I'm going to unwrap it all. Same with that one, and same with the top one. For those, just one on the side, like I made already. And on this one, I'm going to select the edges on the side. And then only maybe one in here and one in here, like this. Okay. For the baskets, I'm going to separate the bottom seams, and actually because we don't see the bottom, I'm going to remove the bottom, because not only we will save some polygon, but we also save some precious space on our UV map. So I'm going to mark this and this. Same in here. Mark seams. You can always untoggle the sharp, the blue one, if you want to have a clear view of where did you put your seams. Alright, for this we are going to put the seams in here because we won't be able to see it, which is always nicer. And if we don't want seams that are too long, maybe in here. Okay, and then just that part, so same, probably in the bottom, maximum. Here we probably don't need to put one because there is no mesh on top of it. So once you think you're done with the seams, you are going out of edit mode and Ctrl A rotation and scale to apply them, and then select everything and unwrap. And here you will see right away if you did a good job. Meaning if you have any strong shape creating in here, that means that something's wrong. But from my first view, I think everything's right for this one. You can always try both methods to see which one is best for what you're trying to achieve. There's not one that is better than the other one. It really depends on how your item is. So basically you just compare some method of unwrapping, sometimes make some part bigger. So depending on when you want your accent to be, you can see that here the baskets are smaller. So maybe this one will be better for what we're trying to achieve. Now we are going to straight all our meshes, and we are also going to put everything in the same direction. So if we apply some material that have a direction, like for example from some wood, or even the baskets that will have like the braids all in the same direction, then it's easier to apply. So I have a plugin called UV Square. You can find the link under the video description of my YouTube channel about unwrapping. And this one will help you straight your mesh. It's a bit weird, meaning that sometimes it's the same shape, but as you can see, it's not exactly the same way it will unwrap. So we are going to try to make them similar. So if we apply the texture, they will look similar. They have to look similar. Approximatively. I'm going to use the triplanar anyway, but it's still better, at least for the resolution. Save. Standing chef, thank you. Are you using the 2.7 something Charlie Pancakes, or are you using the new one, the 2.9 or 3? Thank you, Mia. It's time to stretch, people. Usually I go look for Pee-wee to stretch, so let me look for her. Wow, I think she's outside. She's either outside or she succeeds to sneak out in my boyfriend's room, which is not allowed. So just amazingly complex and brilliant. It's not that complex actually. Once you really understand how it works, it's very logical. A tip from me, if you don't know, you can press on UV, average and on rescale to scale the unwrapped parts. So how does it work? It still doesn't make them really the same size where they're supposed to be. I use the old Blender version mostly, but sometimes also new one. Okay, so if you use the old one, then you can get UV square, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to find an equivalent for the newer version if you use the newer version. It's crazy actually that it's not included in any Blender before that. It's kind of like super used. I use it all the time, so now I'm putting everything vertical, everything that it's not straight, it's not vertical, like this. Yeah, okay. And once I have everything on the direction that I want, I select everything and hit Ctrl P. That will reorder everything automatically, but I need to untoggle rotate so it actually keeps all the direction that I choose. I also need to add some margin if I don't have to get some weird shadows in my texture in game. And And there we go. We are ready for texturing now. I'm going to save and hit the cut to 0. And I'm going to export it to OBJ. And selection only and untoggle wrap material. Okay. Now, it's the first time I'm going to use Substance Painter with the new streaming software, because the old one was like really bad because it was taking a lot of memory. So I sometimes had my stream crashing because it couldn't handle both. And I have a NASA rocket PC, so that's saying how bad both software were handling the memory leak. So if my stream crash, you just refresh and I'll be back. But I'm pretty sure since I'm started, it acted quite nicely. So I think we'll be fine. We should be fine. So, new. I'm going to stay in 2K. Sometimes I go in 4K so I can have more details, because Photoshop is better to reduce file than Substance Painter. But because I want to keep this stream fluent, I'm going to keep it 2K for now. I'm going to select my standing shelf and OK. Here, first thing I'm going to do is to bake my mesh map. So I can bake it into 4K. It won't change a thing. Just take more time, but that's fine. Okay, so here I can already see that something wrong with my mesh, because this is gray and it's not supposed to be gray. So when I bake my mesh maps, I basically bake the ambient occlusion, the position and everything. So I'm pretty sure that if this is dark, it's probably because the normals are inverted. So I'm going to go in here, and actually it's because I didn't unwrap it. You can see that's the reason. So I need to unwrap it. I'm going to put it outside so I can make the difference, and I need to put it, oops, no, on the right direction and reduce it so it's approximately the same size as the others. Okay, and now I can select everything and Ctrl P again, and now it will be taken in consideration. So save and re-export in OBJ standing shelf. Now back in Substance Painter, instead of recreating a new one, I'm going to update that one. So go in Edit Project Configuration and selecting my standing shelf. I'm going to have to rebake my mesh maps because my UV map has changed. And you can see now that I don't have any problem anymore. So that's good. Then we're going to change the light. By default, the light in Substance Painter is very contrasted and too realistic. And you can see that this is like really white, this is very dark. So this is not nice. I have two that I used. I have this one. This is whenever I want things to look a little bit more realistic, and I have this one that I created myself. I can share it on my Discord if you want it. This one is better if you do Maxis Match because it has a very uniform lighting. This is also the best one if you do counters or anything, because the light on the right and the left is exactly the same. So if you want to make some seamless stuff, then you will get the same amount of light. But I do find it a bit flat, so I not always use it. I'm going to use it for today though. First, I'm going to use the wooden that I already used for my counters and everything, and usually the wood I use. So I created a smart material with it, so I can already use it right away. First thing I'm going to check before going forward is that every UV island is on the direction that I want. So I can check right away if all the wood is on the direction that I want. For example, if it wasn't, we would have some meshes having the lines like this, which is not really real. So if everything is in the right order, with something very contrasted like this, I can see it right away. Now, all those swatches are in my folder, so I'm going to apply a black mask to it, so I can choose which part of the mesh is affected. So I have this part, the shelf, this shelf as well, and this part. Actually, everything except the two baskets. There we go. Then I have a smart map that I made with light and shadows, which is basically some curvature lightning and dirt on my ambient occlusion. If you want to know how I made this, you have to watch my previous streams, because I'm explaining it a lot over and over again. I think especially the one with the desk from my Galileo set, with like the kid bedroom set, where I go in very detail about how I do that. Basically, it's a simple fill layer in overlay, which has a generator black mask with curvature, which will make all my border lighter. And the other one is like a kind of natural beige with multiply, and a black mask with dirt. So what it does is adding some darkness in the ambient occlusion, and adding some light on my edges. So I will actually add a little more. I might even maybe make a different one for the wood and the basket, because it's very bright on the basket. So let me duplicate the lighted one and add a paint one, so I can remove the baskets. No, I want to remove it. Okay, so this one will be light wood. So I can make it more important. Or maybe even use something from a different color. And then the other one with a paint layer. Will be only for the baskets. So this one can be more subtle, especially that curvature works really well with that one. we can always go back later, and we can always also remove this by hand using this, for example. Because this is a bit too much. The nice thing about that is it's not destructive. If I want it back, I just need to put back in blank and I can have it back. So it's quite handy. Now we are going to do the wicker. I'm going to save because this one doesn't have any autosave, so just in case. I'm going to drink even if you didn't redeem. And I'm going to use my wicker one. So the one I'm going to use is the one I'm often using. It's called Wicker Close Canning. If you got the Substance Painter subscription, it's one of the material that you can download from the library. I'm also going to use my custom rattan texture for the roads. So first the roads, I'm going to apply a black mask, then using this oh, there's Billy. I'm going to select them back. All right, and even that one actually. And this one we go below. So the order of the layers is important. It's kind of Photoshop. So whatever you apply on top will be appearing on top. So first thing, we're going to reduce the scale. And we're probably also going to rotate it like this. I love it. It saved me so much time compared to what I used to spend by baking Blender. True, very true. Not just by removing the bake scale, the bake part of it is already a lot to apply, and all this is so much easier to apply than the nodes and the scales, and even the how to call it, the triplanar way of texturing is so much more intuitive. I need to add some more tile. Not that much in that case. And then I'm going to use a black mask. In here. And now something that we don't see here is the normal map. So if I switch to normal height in here, I can see that this is way too strong for the seams, because the way we make our normal maps with the seams is very sensitive. So this will be way too much. So usually I go in here And in technical parameters, there will be some stuff to change. So I start by removing the height range. It makes something much more subtle. Sometimes normal intensity is used too, depending on the base material you're using. But this one is enough. So here we have two solutions. We could use the same material for all of them. If you are in a rush, that's fine. But if you're perfectionist, like I sometimes am, it's time for me to head home from work. I'll be around once I get home. Okay, Mama, have a safe back to your home. Hi, Peewee. Peewee's here to say goodbye. Hi, Peewee. Meow. Do you hear? And I'm not sure if my microphone is like strong enough. Now? She's so chatty. Yeah. Yeah. Too soon. So what we're going to do is we are going to make them separated because I want to use the triplanar. So the triplanar usually use space instead of UV map. So for example, because we put a line in here, we have a cut. But if I use triplanar, then it will be completely seamless and the inside as well. So that's probably better. Hi all, I hope I'm in time to watch you making stuff. Hi Syboulette. So you missed the part where we mesh this in Blender. So we created the mesh. We actually making shelf for my bakery. So we finished the mesh in Blender and now we are texturing it in Substance Painter. And for people who joined us, I'm sorry because I don't have any sound in my alerts, so I can't hear them, so I don't know what they happened. So I'm so sorry if you follow or anything and I don't see it. It's something I could actually help. Where can I put this? Here. Because at least I can see people. Thank you, Panda Day, for the follow. I can move this. Anyway, what program do you use to make? So the mesh was Blender. And this is Substance Painter, and then we are going to use Sims 4 Studio to assemble everything. Hi Amanda Craft, thank you for the follow and welcome. For real, you use Blender? Yes, I do. So now we are going to focus on that one. So you can see that the triplanar is nice, but because this basket is rotated, we are going to use separated material for this one and this one because we will have to rotate the texture for that one. So I'm going to add I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to keep that mask in here and remove the mask. I thought Unity Graph or Unreal. Yes, but we are creating this for the Sims, and the Sims has not the same texturing that does more recent game. The Sims is kind of old already. It's from like 2014. So it doesn't use the roughness, and it does use some normal maps, which is like RGB height. It's not really normals. So So yeah, we have a certain method to follow, and also because the software that was developed to create the content is only compatible with Blender 2.7. So some people create in like Blender 2.9 or even like more recent, but then you have like to re-import, resaved. So it's kind of adding a step. And because when I learned modeling, I actually learned in 2.7, then I'd rather make everything into 7 so I don't have added steps. So it actually make me earn sometimes. And because it's so low poly that everything we do is very basic, you can see that I have only 1,400 polygons. So that's actually easier to stay in Blender 2.7. So that's a reason for it. Now, I added a folder with my mask, with my wicker. And this one will be for the, we are calling it baskets. So because this one is like parallel to the floor, we can use this material with the tree planner, because it follows people. All right, then we can also add some details, because you can see in our example that whatever is happening in here is like probably different. So I'm going to add a paint layer, and I'm going to remove this part, this part, and that's it. There we go. And this part as well. You, and you. I think I removed that part. I was not supposed to. There we go. And that's it. All right. So here we are going to add another one. So I don't have that many choices, actually. So we might just add the same one with the same color. So we have this new feature from Substance Painter where we can add some swatches here. But instead, I'm going to I'm going to re-add what I made in here. And we are going to add a lot more tiles, so it actually look more, I don't know which word to use, more together. And maybe this will work better. And actually, we probably also want it like this. And I don't want the horizontal one, so actually, is that one? Yes, I will choose to have the less possible, so it doesn't come in here. forgot a little piece in here. There we go, and probably here too. Okay. All right. So now we have the illusion that it's something different. And I might try to get this differently as well. All right. And now we have to repeat this, but this time we are going to rotate the texture so it can fit that one. So first, this was erased, it was not supposed to, so I can bring it back. Oh. What happened? Okay. So I'm going to basket detail. I'm going to duplicate them both. And black mask. And this one is triplanar projection. And will be the bottom basket. And I'm going to select all of it like this, and then remove the part like before. So not you, not you, not you, and not you, and not you. So that's easier than to see which one is the one I actually want removed. All right. So here you can see that we have the problem that because the texture is using triplanar, it's actually using the space and not the object. So we are going to rotate the texture. So in here we have 3D projection settings, and we have rotation in here. So we are going to rotate X, and if you remember, we actually rotated on purpose of 15 degrees. So by hitting 50s, you are pretty sure it will follow exactly the rotation that we made in Blender. So now we have a better, like the texture is more seamless. It follows our item. We can even move it a little to have something a bit more like realistic, kind of. And we can do the same with that one. So we're going to rotate it in here, and we are going to select what we removed from the other one. Here, in here, in here, and in here. All right. Now the last thing that we can do is adding a last detail about this junction. So to make as if this was going like above it, above the road. So I'm going to go back in my UV projection, and I'm going to select only this. No. I have to make it outside because it's not part of my selection. So this and this. Instead, I'm going to select all of it, and then I'm going to remove U. And now you understand why I added a ring loop in here, so I can actually use it to tester it, and then I can, if I want, remove it later. So here, it's not super clear where we are, probably in here. Nope. Where are we? Oh, yes, we do. There. So we can add a lot more scale, for example. No, sorry, it's not the width, it's the tile. And we might even add even more scale. And nope, that was the opposite. Yeah, that's what I want. All right. Well, that's it. That's our item. So I'm going to use a more easy swatch to maybe this for now, and maybe using where's my lighter basket. Here. So I can change here because if you remember, I already saved my swatches in here, so I can go back to it later if I need. So this is very pink. I'm going to go back in my orange. Maybe something like this is nice. There. I'm using the swatches. Before we had that, we had to copy paste the number. It was so annoying. So I'm really happy they changed that. Probably don't need all of this. All right, and last one is that one. Okay, so once I'm happy with the result, we are going to export the texture. So I'm going to save and Ctrl+Shift+E and choosing the destination path. Okay, and I'm going to export first the normal map and the roughness map that we are going to use to set our specular map. Export, and then export the 2D view. Okay. Now I'm going to save again, just to be sure, and I'm going to close it because it's taking all my memory and it's noisy. So, back to our old folder. I'm going to edit those textures in Photoshop. In the meantime, while it opens, I'm going to import my model. in here. Because I use one cut, I can use the same for the shadow load. And I'm going to remove a bit of edge loop so I can make my medium load. So that's pretty easy with that one. I'm aiming 700. Right. I can probably remove in here too. I'm so glad I found your channel. I've wanted to know how to make CC. Well, welcome. You are at the right place. And thank you for the follow, by the way. We off. Sorry, missed you. All right, it's not bad. We are 800. It's pretty close, so I think I'm good with it. Maybe you. All right, so this will be saved as standing shelf medium. So here we can replace the medium load by this. Which program are you using? So to create my mesh, I'm using Blender. Then we use Substance Painter to make the texture. Now I'm just resizing them in Photoshop. And this is Synth4 Studio, which is a software fan developed to export custom content, change the appearance, and then bring it back to the game. So here I export it in 2K because, as I said before, Photoshop is better to like reduce the files than Substance Painter. Substance Painter basically destroy everything you make. So I usually export in 2K and then I resize in 1K in Photoshop. I have a shortcut made, but basically I just go and image, say change time. So I have like 1K texture, which is better for game performance. This is a roughness. So if we want to convert a roughness map for the Sims, we need to invert it. Go in mode, in FVB mode. I'm creating a new channel. And I want this to have a very slight glossy reflection, but like barely. So I'm going to use that blue product, merging everything. Going to copy the green channels and adding an alpha channels that will be more contrasted. All those steps are explained in my specular tutorial that you can find on my YouTube channel. With like all the steps and everything, where I explain everything and obviously why I do everything. So I'm not repeating because this is quite repeated process all the time, so it's a bit annoying. And same for the normal map. So you can see here that this is way too much. This is compared to this. So in the Sims, if you want stuff to not be too strong, you'd rather have something subtle like this. So I'm going to reopen this and I'm going to fix it. So I'm going to reopen my file, and instead of the material view that you have here, you can switch to normal, and you can see that this is way too much, and this is probably the one. Yeah. One of them. So here, go back to technical parameters and we are going to lower the height range. Same with that one. Height range going down, and that one as well. Height range going down. All right, so we can re-export again. Only the normal map this time. Okay, save, close, Photoshop, open, boot. Okay, much better. So here, same, we have the process to transform a normal map from Substance Painter into a normal map that will be used by The Sims, which is actually a RGB height map. We are going to select the red channels, paste it into alpha, select the green channel, paste it into red and blue, resize, save. All right, now we can import our diffuse map, which is probably the most satisfying moment in your creation process. It's like when suddenly your object and we're going to rename it, so this will be standing shelf baskets. All right, then we have to replace the normal map, which is the first map in the warehouse, and the specular map, which is the second one. Now, about the slots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the slots on Sims 4 Studio, and then I'm going to reopen my package on Tsl Workshop to actually rotate the slots, because we don't have any tool in Sims 4 Studio to rotate it, but the method to actually add them is so much easier in Sims 4 Studio. So it's much more easier to have everything in Sims 4 Studio, and then we just need to rotate them than to do everything in Tsl Workshop, which is it's kind of amazing for some stuff, because it has a lot of possibilities that Sims 4 Studio don't, and also it applies in the other order. But it's such a pain in the ass to use. I really hope that they will make it better in the future. Finger crossed. I think it's the plan, so can't wait. In the meantime, I'm going to add a deco slot, which is deco underscore SML 0. So that's basically one. In the Sims, object has 3 sizes. You have small, medium, large, and that's actually you that decides which item is which size. Because I made those for my item, which are pastries and breads, everything is small, so I'm going to use only smalls, but you can definitely add anything. And just in case, I'm going to put a medium on the floor and on the top, just in case you want to put like a flower vase or something that is actually medium. So to know the coordinates of where to put the slot, we are going to use this. I'm going to bring back my original shelf. I'm going to select the top of my surface and Shift S cursor to select it, and on 3D cursor here I will have the coordinate of where I have put my cursor. So I am interested into the height, so I'm going to paste the coordinate in here, and there we go. And where's my head? It disappeared. I'm going to copy and make a medium one, and you will see that it becomes much more bigger. I can see that I actually have more space, so I will probably also have a large one like this. So the large one should be a bit more front. The medium one, I can add one that is more front as well, even more. All right, And then we are going to create a lot of small ones so we can have some very cluttered item. So we also need to remember that the limit for an item in game is 180. So we have to be careful not to add too much, because we don't want some shelves to be more cluttered than others. So first I'm going to use the transform tool on that one. In here, then I'm going to move this one to the edge of my shelf, so that should be probably around this, right? And then I'm going to copy and transform on Y to 0.15. No, that was the other direction, minus 0.15. And again, and again, and again. So now I can select all of these 5, copy and transform, and this time I'm going to move it on X, and again, and again, and then again the 5 first, transform and minus 15, and again, and again. Now I'm going to select all those, and I'm going to get this one, cursor to select it. I just want the height. So I'm going to copy everything and transform. This one I'm going to toggle move. So it sometimes takes a bit of time, but you can see everything works fine. I just have too much because this one is smaller. So I can just remove the one that I don't want. And this one I can keep, but I will have to bring it back. Oops. All right, there we go. And we probably want to center those as well. All right, save. Now about the rotated slots. So here it will be only for baguette basically, but here it can be many things. So we are going to add more slots in here than we are in here, and this one is oh, they both are difficult actually. So let's select all those. Copy, and we are going to use that one to have an approximate height. So I'm going to transform and move it to Z. So we won't need the one in front and not the one in the back either. All right, so everything else we're going to do it in Substance in Tsl Workshop. So this looks very nice. Thank you, Womanji. And thank you, Amayuski, for the follow. Welcome in. All right, and now we are going to select only one rank, or maybe two rank. Hydrate, yes. It might also be time for stretching with Peewee. What do you think, guys? stretching, stretching on the left, stretching on the right. Some rubby belly. And then we can go. Oh, it's working. They got approved. Yeah, it got approved. It's only one missing. Only one left. I have a third one that it's supposed to be approved soon. So now we have the Peewee one, Peewee bouncing one. Where it is. Ah, why it doesn't work? I can't use it. It's my channel and I can't use it. It's it's not fair. Why can you and I can't? Anyway. Happy. So we are going to take 2 rank like this. Yeah. And we're going to copy, and this time I'm going to put it here. But you are going to see that this is not where we are going to use them. Actually, to know exactly where we are going to put it, I'm going to append my baguette. So where we put the slot is where is the origin of the item. So this item origin is the orange dot that you can see in here. So if I bring back my shelf, if I put my baguette on this slot, it will obviously be like this. But if I want it to rotate and be in here, it won't be at the same times. But now I have a problem, and that's good that you see that, because that's a good lesson for me. The problem is that I see that my shelf is way too big compared to what I've made. So I think this is way too big. So we are going to reduce it, and with it we will have to update everything that we made in here. Because it looks completely disproportionate compared to well, my braid. So I'm going to bring back my cursor to 0, and I'm going to reduce at least and put this to 0, and at least from 0.7, and that looks probably much more better. Yeah, definitely. Yes. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to also resize the medium one. I'm going to replace all of this. That also means that it won't be one tile anymore, but whatever. And now we have to update all of this. This doesn't work anymore. So let's do quickly this again. So this is the height. So I'm going to select all the small ones. So basically, because it kept the order, I have that one. I can even put it more in the middle in here. I have the 6 in here, but I will actually only keep 1. I won't even keep 1 theory. Should I? No, I keep 2. I will make it a bit more far, and I will copy it to -15, -20, yes, and this should be that height, and this should be that height, and then all the small one from here to here. Transform, move to here, and then we're going to remove 1 side rank in here, 1 side rank in here, and 1 front in here. Much better. You know what? It would be cute if we also had Peewee confetti. Can you imagine Peewee all over the skin? I need to learn how to make several animations, because I tried to try a new one today and it was conflicting with the other one. So I need to find a tutorial, because I found a tutorial to like add the confettis, but apparently it works only for 1. So I need to find another one. But I also have oh, you have the dance one. Yay, we have all the, I guess I received all the email during the streams. They all been approved. Yay! I also have an animation with like a how do you call that? A paper blowing horn, maybe. You know, like the birthday stuff. There should be 10 emotes. Yep. Anyway, that's fair. So here the height for above. Go. So 2, 3, 4 going down. Okay, and then we were at 25, so I guess it's 26. No, 27. Nope. Yes, from 10 to yeah, to 24. Transform, new coordinate, and then I can remove those. Yeah, all right. And then we have 25 to the end, I guess, and these two. So here we can use that one. transform to this. All right. All right. So what I was explaining when I completely freak out about the size. So what I was saying is that the pivot point of an item is like the orange dot in here. So actually the coordinates of the slot will not be in here, it will be in here, because we are going to rotate the item from this point. So while selecting this one, I'm going to cursor to center, no, cursor to active, yes, and that's the coordinate we want. So here we want it to be that height, and then we want the 3 on the back to be 0.124. Okay, and if we want one more range, then Shift S, cursor to active, and this one will be that coordinate. And actually, instead of having 3, we could have 2, and they could be a bit decentered. So I'm going to offset them to 1.07 and transform and move them in here and transform on Y to be 0.018. Okay. Now they are ready to be rotated. What else? What else? What else? Yes, this one. So same in here. If I want my, we have 3 rank in here. All right. So let's say the middle one is obviously that one, cursor to selected. So this is supposedly the one that we already put in here, but we are going to transform the Y to 0.36. Then the front will be around in here. So this is the height. And this is minus 0.15. All right. And the one in the bottom should be around here. So that will be this and 0.06. All right. Now we are ready. We have everything as we like. We go back tomorrow to add all my swatches. And I have all of this as it's supposed to be. I'm going to adjust the footprint. I have this. I have to set everything correctly because I won't be able to go back without destroying all my work. So here I can probably put in storage. And that's it. So the rigs are fine. I have the normal map, the specular map. Save. Now I'm going to open Tsl Workshop that you can download on the Sims Resource website. And I'm going going to open projects. So here you have to select package because by default it's like the format from TSR. And I'm going to choose my item, which is that one. There we go. So it's do you make a copy of the file just in case? I like to live dangerously. No, what I noted while I was working is that if you reopen your file in Sims 4 Studio and you make any modification and then you reopen again in Tsl Workshop, then the slot will be untouched. The thing that will not work is that if you make your file in Sims 4 Studio and then you go in Tsl Workshop to make the slot and then you reopen in Sims 4 Studio and you save, then if you go in the game, it won't work. The Tsl Workshops needs to be the last software to open the file. So actually, if I make my file in Sims 4 Studio, open in Tsl Workshop and make my slop, reopen with Sims 4 Studio to add all my swatches, then if I reopen my file in Tsl Workshop, even if I don't do anything, just the action of exporting to package will actually save my slots. So you just need to remember that Tsl Workshop needs to be the last software you save and export your package with if you want your rotated slot to works. It's actually the process of exporting in Sims 4 Sims 4 Studio that is not recognized. So if I go in the slot, yeah, I made a lot of tests with this because I was like, first time you have it, it's like, no, I lost everything. It's like, oh no, I didn't. And it only works with reopening the package and not saving the files. If you save the files, everything will be lost as well. So it's a bit confusing. But you write, just in case, you know, because I'm probably not careful enough, just in case we are going to make a save. Just in case. So if I go to the slots tab, it's very confusing because it has many options. The one we're interested in are bones and container. But the one that we actually going to, so container is everything we placed, you can see in here. What's interesting in here compared to what we have in Sims 4 Studio is we actually have the sense, how it will occupy space. So sometimes we have like some slot facing the desk and are not aligned. We can't know it in Sims 4 Studio, but here we can. We know that this will be facing this. But the one that we will be editing is the bones one, which are the same because the containers are linked to the bone. You can see also like the preview is very dark and gray. It won't be like this in game. It's because they're showing the shadow load in here, which can be useful because you can see that this, the shadow, is actually the shadow load. So that's useful because in Sims 4 Studio, there's many times where I forgot to replace the shadow load, but with this software, then actually you can't really forget because you get the shadow. So that's good. Now we need to find the one that we're interested into rotating. So remember here when we said that we rotated everything with -15, so that will be so much easier to move. So I'm going to look to find the one that I want, and that's the one. So that's 18. Okay, they're not in the right order, so that won't be easy. So let's start with 18. We are going to, so the moving is completely weird, and yes. We are going to, and this is something you have to be focused. Shift right click on the axis you want to rotate, and you can enter degree to rotate. And that's the magic of Tsl Workshop. So I don't know if it's 15 or no, that's actually 15. And there you go. Easy, 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 easy. So easy. Now we need to find the other one. So shift, right click, 15. Shift right click, or shift click actually, 15. I spend so much time calculating quaternion coordinates for Sims 4 Studio, and now I see this. It's amazing. It's amazing. It saved me so much time. All right. So that's the easy part, because that was easy rotation. Seeing new software is still confusing, but I think I need to try Tsl Workshop too. Yeah, there's many things. For me, it's the I can't import Blender files. It doesn't work. They made like they're supposed to make a plugin to export in there, but it never worked correctly. So, and even that is like the fact that you can't have a clear view of your swatches, and so there is a lot of nice thing. And my favorite thing about Tsl Workshop is the fact that you can actually control the mesh cut, so you can duplicate, you can remove, so you can remove the drop shadows. If you need another texture, you can duplicate, so you can have like 2 textures for one item. You can choose one of the best feature of Tsl Workshop is the fact that you can control the link of your texture. So for example, you're making a bed, and the frame and the blanket is 2 separated texture, and you have 5 color of frame and 5 color of blanket. In Sims 4 Studio, you will actually have to make 25 swatches if you want to cross them all together, and you will have to re-upload 25 times the texture. So that will make a very heavy file. While in Tsl Workshop, you can actually, you have like a library of whatever you have already in your package. So you can make 25 swatches, but actually uploading in the package only 5 textures. So that's amazing, because if you have the same spec map, if you have different normal map, like sometimes I make windows and I see that the glass and the frame has the same normal map, meaning that if I want some wood texture on my frame, then I will have some wood texture on my glass, because the glass is in a separate diffuse texture but has the same normal texture, which is so in here, if I want to create a normal map in Sims 4 Studio, I will have like to go in the shader, create my own hash generator, but in here it's so easy. So the file size will be so much smaller, so much smaller. So for example, if I'm making some doors and the doors have a glass, every time I will create a texture in Sims 4 Studio, it will create a new glass. In here, I can create all swatches and keep one glass all the time, the same glass, we're just changing the color of the frame. So that's probably one of the best features from Tsl Workshop, with the control of the mesh group as well. But there's also a lot of things that don't work well in Tsl Workshop, the way the swatches are, that you don't see anything. The tagging is awful. The color swatch are awful. The slots are awful. For me that likes to make my own tuning, it's awful. So I think when you know how to use both, then you can make the best of both. But people that are using Tsl Workshop exclusively, I have a huge admiration for them, because the patience you need. You also have a memory problem. Like anytime you have too much textures, or if you try to upload like a 2K textures, it won't work. It won't work. Anyway, so we need to set the last ones, which are those ones. Let's find it. Not being able to see the swatches is really a deal breaker. Yes. Yep. There we go. So we have 16, 17. Okay, let's do those first. So here basically we need to know how much. So this is why using this is often very useful. So I'm going to Shift S, cursor to active, and then I'm going to put my baguette straight, actually like this, and I'm going to see how much do I rotate it. So air, probably around here, and I'm minus 75. So you can either put manually like this, which I think is more precise, but you can also do it by hand, by clicking Shift right click, no, Control right click, no, Control right click, yes, Control right click, and you can do it manually like this, but I find it more precise. Oh, by the way, in Tsl Workshop you can use Control S, Control Z, which is also great. So Shift click minus 25. No, Shift click 25. Yes, and that one. This one is 70. All right, not you, yes, you. Okay, you. Okay, I think that's it. All right, so now we can export into package. You have to render everything, you have to say no. That's also a thing that you might want to do before importing in Tsl Workshop, is like launching the game, rendering the thumbnail, saving the thumbnail, and then opening them. I missed that step. That's probably better. Because same, the catalog thumbnail in Sims 4 Studio is so handy, and it doesn't have this in here. And also when you create the package, Tsl Workshop kind of mess up the thumbnail. So yeah, the thumbnail tools is awful in Tsl Workshop. Okay, so I'm going to overwrite it. So you can see here that the thumbnail, you have to like save it by yourself, like manually. It's meh. Close. No, don't want to save. And yes, okay. Maybe we are going to need this. So I'm going to launch the game with my new item. And that will be the moment of truth. So while it's loading, I'm going to put back the kitten from the rescue. Where are they? They're not here. Oh no! They escaped. Wow, I'm disappointed. No kitten. I should find another one. I should find like an alternate one in case this one is out of focus. It's probably, I don't know, lunchtime or maybe visit time. Oh no, they probably, oh, there they are. They're sleeping. They're so small. One troublemaker is awake. Yes, there's one here. We don't see that. They're so cute. Oh, and they're gone. Yes, so adorable. But it's a trap. I remember when mine was like very small. It was even more difficult. I was at that time I was living in Paris in like 20 square meter apartments, so only one room. So there were nowhere I could like put her in like in a separated room when she was I don't know, noisy or so at night when she was very small, she was completely crazy, running everywhere, like making everything fall on the floor, and she was so active. So I think cats are not creature anyway. And they get used from our like rhythm when they grown up. But my kitten was so active at night, and I couldn't sleep at all because she was like running everywhere, and I had only one room, so I couldn't like put her somewhere. I tried once to put her in the bathroom, but she was crying so much, so it was worse, and you know, it kind of broke my heart. So after maybe 10 really hard minutes. I was like, okay, come back. And I think the first 2 months was so hard because I was going to work, and because I lived in Paris, I have like 1 hour transfer to go to work, and I couldn't sleep. She was so crazy at night, and then she was sleeping all day. Like, okay, good day, see you later. Shh. My cat plays around at night. I have to close my door. Yeah, me too. For me, she sleeps, but she wakes up very early, and she's hungry very early. So if I sleep with her or with my door open, she will wake me up at 6. So my lamp is going crazy. So, moment of truth. They protect us while we sleep. Yeah, mine is not protecting me. She brings back mouses in my house, but she doesn't understand the concept of the cat is supposed to chasing them, not bring them in. So. Here it is. So first impression is like, yes, very good. Looks very good. I really like it actually. And now we want to try the rotated slots. So let's start with this. This is perfect. Although we probably won't put the food on the floor. Probably put the boxes in here, and then there we go. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, that might be too big. And how about that one? Can we get some confetti, people? I'm whole. Are we testing your chef already? Yes, we just finished. Isn't it beautiful? So, Tsl Workshop is a pain, but so worth it for only for this. It's great. It works perfectly. I'm super happy with the results. There you go. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Mama Duck. So that will be the end of the stream today. everything went very smoothly, so I'm super happy with the results. Tomorrow I will add more swatches. I'll probably keep everything wooden. I won't add like the colorful one. I think it works great with it being in wood. And I'm very almost finished with this set, so that will hopefully will be released either tomorrow or Thursday, hopefully. Thank you so much everyone for being here and for your encouragements and for your help also, like setting all the settings of my streams. Sorry, I don't know how to configure. Great job. Good night. That's fine, Stephanie. It's you can like redeem it using your channel point. Like just below the chat, you have like a little bubble, and you can use your points to animate stuff. You're very welcome, Angel Madi. And we are going to stream again. I don't know, the green box. I don't know, maybe it's green for you. For me it's purple, but it might be green for you. Like there should be like a sphere with like a number just below where you write, I think. So I will be streaming on Thursday, next Thursday, where we are going to continue our story legacy. I decided to actually play the game with you guys streaming, where we created a family and we built the house last time, and we created both characters. So this time we are going to start the university, and we're probably going to create her friends and take her first steps in this world. So see you Thursday, and that's it. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye bye.